Despite the date, Kelowna Rockets are back on the ice this week with the rookie camp. Head coach Ryan Huska joins us here in the locker room of the Kelowna Rockets. Still a little cleaned out right now, but I'm sure he'll get very busy. The rookies are at CNC this week. What do you know about the rookies? Do you have much to do with them?
I don't have a lot to do with them at all. This year I've had a chance to see some of our drafted players play. There's been some various events that have been around Kelowna this summer. So I've had a chance to see Nick Merkley and Joe Gattenby play here in Kelowna. And they impressed me with first impressions. But the majority of this rookie camp is Lauren and his scouting staff. They spend their winters sitting in the arenas, and they compile a list of all the players or the young guys that they would like to see come to camp. And that's typically what happens. Lauren's very familiar with all these players. He and his staff do a great job over the winter building a list.
When does the season start for you? Obviously, rookie camp, there's a lot of preparation, maybe not so much on your behalf, but when do you actually start and get going?
Well, we start, our players check in for their meeting on Monday, this coming Monday, but as coaches, it seems like as soon as July 15th hits, you start with your preparation, and your summer basically from that point on, it feels like it's on fast forward. You know, up until that point, it's fairly slow, but once July 15th hits, it seems like your season's basically here. So we're looking forward to getting our guys back on Monday and getting them on the ice Tuesday, and it's crazy, but our first exhibition game is that Friday, so it's a game in the end of August, and I know our players are excited. It's been a long off season for us, and I know we're all wanting to get back at it.
Can you get ready? Can you be ready for an exhibition game on Friday?
You know, as coaches, as I said, we're excited. It's been a long off season, and I think with the players, it's neat for them to get back around each other again. It's neat for them to compete, and that's what they love to do. They want to play the game, and they want to compete, and I know they'll be excited for the guys that are going to play Friday, Saturday.
Any rookies going to get an invite to camp? Do you know anything about that?
Usually our drafted players, if they're able to stay around, if their family is able to stay in Kelowna for a few extra days, we usually like to have them come to our main camp and see how we run practices and see what our current players are like. And there's also some players that if they perform really well in rookie camp, Lauren and his scouts will take note, and they'll also offer them a chance to come to our main camp as well. So players have an opportunity to impress everybody that's going to be watching them play this week, and hopefully at the end of the day they've done something to make the scouts and Lauren notice, and they do get that invite to main camp to try to prove themselves a little bit more.
I like the slogan of rookie camp, work to win. It really signifies what the team is all about, right?
Well, we have to get there for sure, and I think working is a big part of what this team has to be about. So if it starts from your first day in training camp, whether it's with our rookies or when everybody comes in a little bit later on, I think it's important that all players kind of buy into that and understand that that's what we want to see right from the first day you step on the ice. Coaching
staff looks a little different. Ryan Cuthbert decided to depart. How will that change anything? Will it change much? Do you have more responsibility now that you're down an assistant?
Yeah, you know, it's funny that when Dan and I talked about it, once Ryan decided to move on, we thought, you know what, I think we could probably do this with just the two of us, but you quickly realize how much Ryan did, you know, behind the scenes. He was involved in a lot of different things, so Dan and I are going to have to do a better job of making sure we're splitting up all the tasks that Ryan did have. And as I said, it's when you do kind of break it down and start taking over some of the work that he had, you realize that he was a very important member of our coaching staff, not just on the ice, which everybody knows about, but he also did a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't recognize, and he is going to be dearly missed by our group and our coach's office.
What are you looking forward to the most? Obviously getting the guys back and getting them on the ice, but once the season starts getting underway, it's a bit of a grind, but what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, it may sound strange, but this year 11 of our first 16 games are on the road, and I am actually looking forward to that. I think it's a great opportunity for a younger team to come together and try to prove themselves early in the year, and we're not going into arenas that are easy places to play. So we have to find a way as a group, coaches, our players included, to get our players to come together quickly. And if we can get through that first stretch of the regular season and kind of develop a good hard style of hockey that we want to play, then I'll look forward to what's going to happen the rest of the year as well. But I think that's going to be a fun part for us as coaches, how our players kind of relish or how they make their opportunity count when we're playing 11 of those 16 on the road.
Last couple of days, hockey has certainly been on the forefront with the NHL, the PA in town, talking about the potential lockout. A lot of former Kelowna Rockets have been involved with that, the meetings at the Grand. What do you know about the lockout? When you hear about lockout, being a former NHL player, does it make you nervous?
It does, because I'm also a fan. You know, we love as much as anybody watching sports that at the end of the night or getting a chance to watch an NHL hockey game. And I know the players, they want to play. It's just sometimes with the economic issues that are facing the NHL and the NHLPA, it's difficult coming to an agreement because both sides want to, they want to come out of this with a fair deal and fair in the eyes of each side. So it's a tough one for the players. I think it's a tough one for the owners, but I do know that the players want to play, and I do know that they want to get a deal done and hopefully not have to miss any of their season.
Thanks for doing this. Enjoy the rest of your summer, what you have left.
Thanks very much, Ryan.
Head coach of the Kelowna Rockets, Ryan Huska, joining us, the Ryan Water Sports Drive. Thanks for watching.